Good morning. My name is Chief Strongblood. I am St. Vincent and the Grenadines' favorite and most hated son. I am the diaspora machismo, my people. It has been another beautiful day for a protest and I enjoyed every moment of my protest. Let me first remind you, the front of my sign says, I don't want the white man's money, the white man's woman, the white man's friendship, and or the white man's fee. And the reverse of my sign says, white man, why have you enslaved the African American? And that should read, the Mexican, the Latinos, the Asians, the Africans, and so forth. And an extension to that is, I am not looking for followers, and I am not looking for a leader. My people, all in all, it was another beautiful day for our protest, and I enjoyed every moment of my protest. Unfortunately or fortunately, I do not have anything particularly interesting that I should bring to your attention as it relates to what transpired while I protested. And as you know, when I have finished protesting and when I have brought you a brief update as to what transpired while I protested, it is always my pleasure and my delight to bring to you something from the words of the Most High God. My people, let us reason together. Let us be real for 1 minute. And let me bring you something that is critically important to you. And this is, the church is the most dangerous place for a black man to go to. In other words, the church is the most dangerous place for an Israelite, the descendants of slaves, to go to. You may be asking, Chief, what are you talking about? The church is God's house. No, the church is not God's house. The Most High God have never established a church. Never. Remember, we are speaking about the God who says, I am God, I change not. There was not one principle of the Most High God that was strange. Nothing at all have changed. He is the same yesterday, today, and forever. Let me tell you why. The church is the most dangerous place for an Israelite to go to. First thing, the church is where the Romans worship the sun and the other gods that they worship. So why would the Most High institute an institution that the Romans, who he say he have hate and he will hate forever, used? Never. When they quote the Son of God and says that the Son of God said to Peter, on this church, on you, Peter, the rock, I will build my church. That was the Caucasians putting words in the Son of the Most High God's mouth. And if you search the Bible, most of the things that the Son of the Most High God said was not uttered by him. And the only how you can know what was uttered by the Son of the Most High God is to understand and to know by heart the Old Testament, which includes the book of Enoch, the book of Joshua, the book of the Jubilees, and all of those exiled books that was thrown away. Just like the Church of Rome, that Neo Rome used to worship the sun and the other gods they worship. All of the churches in modern history, except for the Shaker Baptists in the Caribbean and St. Vincent and the Grenadines, were instituted or created by white men. What did the Most High God says about the white man? Malachi chapter 1 verse 2 to 4. I will hate the Caucasians, the Edomites, and I will hate the Edomites forever. Remember, the Edomites of Bible time are the Caucasians of today's time. And The Israelites of Bible time are the descendants of slaves, the transatlantic slave trade in today's time. These are information that can easily be had if you do the right research. And if you want more about this information, just drop me a note and I will get back to you. I remember as a young Seventh-day Adventist, not basically me, Seventh-day Adventists called porters and preachers and elders and deacons always thought that we have the truth. We have the truth. And we have the spirit of prophecy. Let me tell you something, my people. There is no place in the Old Testament, in any of the apocryphal writings, where the Most High God ever spoke to Esau or any of Esau's descendants. None. Even after Cain would have buggered his brother Abel, and even after Cain murdered Abel, the Most High had dialogue with Cain. Even after he had rejected Cain, he spoke to Cain. But there is nowhere in the writing of the prophets, nowhere in scriptures where the Most High God have ever had a conversation with a white person. So if the Most High have never spoken to a white man, how did Charles Wesley, Joseph Smith, and all of these people come up with their churches? How did Ellen G. White get a prophecy? If you ask yourself these questions, you are going to come to a new realization. My people, the devil have been on earth even before Adam was created. The devil was already on earth. So when you ask yourself these questions and search for answers to these questions, you will discover that it is totally impossible. That is why the Most High God said that an Israelite man must not get married to anyone unless that person is a virgin. Ezekiel chapter 22 verse 44. If you go into the churches to look for your Sarah, your Rebecca, or your Leah, you will never find one in the church. But I am sure you're going to find many Rahabs. You're going to find many Mary of Magdalene, because the church is littered with her. You are not supposed to go to the church to look for a wife, because you're going to find only whores hanging out in the churches. Well dressed, well made up whores. They can never help you to accomplish that which the Most High God have placed upon your heart. They can only act to bring you down. Do you know why the Most High God says he hates the Edomites and you hate the Edomites forever? It's because the Edomites are the children of Lucifer. They are Satan's children. The Most High hate the Edomites as much as he hates Satan. They are the children of Lucifer. They hate the Most High as much as the Most High hates them. They hate the Most High chosen as much as Lucifer hates us. That is why the Most High declared he will hate the Edomites and he will hate the Edomites forever. That is why they created the churches. And that is why the churches is responsible for ensuring that the children of slaves, the real Israelites of the Bible, end up in hell. The church is the white man's vehicle to ensure that every child of the Most High God end up in hell. The Most High never instituted a church. He will never have his temple. But remember, the Caucasians have been in control of the scriptures for over 2,000 years. To be exact, 1,954 years they've been in control of the scriptures, and they have been altering the scriptures to ensure that you and I end up in hell. Their only objective with their churches is to ensure that the Most High chosen people, the Israelites, betray their Creator, their God, and the one who favors them. Nothing else. The church have no other value but to ensure that you end up in hell. And mind you, hell is a real place. It's a real place. And their objective is to ensure that you become a castaway. They don't care about you. Remember, their father, Lucifer, was able to hide his true intent and deceive 1/3 of the angels of heaven. Their father, Lucifer, were able to persuade 1/3 of the angels of heaven that he had their best interests at heart. The Caucasians have persuaded the entire world that they have your best interests at heart. But anytime you allow the Caucasians to help you, you end up worse off than you were. And they end up better off, even controlling your resources. Look at Guyana. Look at Africa. All of the states in Africa. The gold, the diamonds, the bauxite, and all of the other minerals. Guyana is still poor, dirt poor. Africa is still dirt poor. And the only people that benefits is the white men who went in there and convinced their governments that they are going to help them to build their country and their people. The only people that benefited was the white men who went in there posing as helpers. Look at that. Homosexuality. They protect homosexuals. If you call a homosexual, and you show this affection to that homosexual, whether male or female, the white man is ready to ensure that he become a pauper. He locked you away in a cell forever. He wants the world to believe that homosexuality is okay, abortion is okay, bestiality is okay, because he wants to enslave the world. All of those things that I just mentioned, they brought them to you as if they were good and valuable and helpful, and you thank them to your own detriment. The churches don't want you to peruse the Old Testament and the Apocryphas, your prophetical writings. Why? Because in them you will find truth that the New Testament is unable to hold up to. If the Most High God says He is a God that never changes, His Son said that not one tickle, not even the dot over an I, will be taken away from the Most High God's writing, the writing of the prophets. Why isn't the Old Testament and the New Testament finding harmony with each other? Ask yourself that. That is why the white man don't want you to go into the Old Testament. They don't want you to read their prophetical writing. I remember when I spoke to a pastor in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and I spoke about the book of Enoch, because my brother told me about the book of Enoch. You know what he tell me? The Most High God don't want you to know about those books. That is why He take them out. The Most High God will never act on your behalf through a white person. That is why in Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 68, He identifies who the enemies of the Israelites are. He identifies who the enemies of man are. Those people who bought you and sold you as slave. They are your enemies. Go and read Deuteronomy chapter 7 and find out how you ought to deal with your enemies and why you must deal with them in that way. Remember, the Jebusites, the Perizzites, and all of the other sites that were mentioned in Deuteronomy chapter 7, they're not our enemies. They are just delinquent people who fail to give the Most High God His honor, His glory. The only enemy the Israelites have is the white man. No other enemy. The only enemy the Israelites have in today's world are the white man and the churches that was established by the white man. She's Strong Blood. We'll talk to you on Monday.